saying what I need when I know that it means there's no you. I've never loved and been so sure of it. Now I guess we both have to choose. Oh, you say friends and I say that's not enough. Give it up for us. Say love is, but it is just too much for you to top the show.
Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to the Medfield College Film Society.
Oh, no.
Hey, hey, hey! It's another night for us to discuss cinema from the Walt Disney Company. My name is Jeff Crawford. With me is my esteemed society members. I'd like to start with my brother, Michael Crawford. Michael, how you doing?
Eating the pudding with the pudding and the pudding and the popping in the mouth. Doing great here. Yeah, really. Yeah. What can you say, really? Doing great.
Playing some picture page over there.
Yeah. I got that little doodly thing going. Yeah.
Okay. What can you say, Michael? Not much. We can't really say much yet.
Legally, probably not much.
Not much. Well, I know somebody who's not afraid to say things, and that's the resident. You could say he's a newcomer, but he's pretty entrenched now. Mr. Andy Brown. How's it going, Andy?
Hey. Yeah, I just want to say it's about time we brought the devil into this podcast.
Something wicked this way comes. Indeed.
Yes, more than once. But yes, I'm doing great.
Okay, good. And the person who is legally liable for all that you hear tonight, and otherwise, the founder, Mr. Robert McSwain. Robert, how's it going?
The problem with the society is they don't like the jazz music, see? Oh, I'm good. Yes, this was my idea, partially, but I'm at fault, I think. So, but here we are, nevertheless.
I think I actually may be responsible for this one in a brainstorming session that went horribly awry.
Can you say that one more time, just like you just said it?
Yes, I think I may have. I don't know if somebody else brainstormed this. Please take the claim. But I think I would maybe like we could do this, and
wouldn't it be crazy if we did this? That would be a terrible idea.
The first example of this was The Girl Who Spelled Freedom, where we thought, wouldn't it be crazy if we did that movie?
But that was good.
And it was good. So who knows? Maybe this will be good. Or maybe this might be the end of the podcast as we know it.
We'll spells the opposite of freedom, I believe.
Yes.
Incarceration.
Well, for those of you who just may have happened upon this and can't pull over to the side of the road to read the title, Michael, what are we watching tonight?
Oh man, we are watching. Hey! We're watching the 1981 Disney classic, The Devil and Max Devlin, wearing the sweaters and such. The Devil and Max Devlin from 1981. This was directed by a man named Steven Hilliard Stern.
Talk to him.
Yes, blame him. He directed mostly TV movies, but two of which I will call out. One of which was the 1982 telefilm Mazes and Monsters, which is famous for being not only a movie about the perils of Dungeons and Dragons, which will turn you into like a murderer, That was like, it was like a big scare thing at the time. But also the first film to star Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks was the young man seduced by the Dungeons and the Dragons and such to become a killer.
This is so weird because I saw a video the other night about this long standing Dungeons and Dragons game this guy has that like 50 people play at one time. It's like really intense, and he builds all these sets. I saw that.
Yes.
And it referenced that movie, and it had all these Tom Hanks things and talked about how he started playing Dungeons and Dragons when it seemed to be like a huge threat to humanity.
That's hilarious. Yeah, enough to get on TV. The other movie this guy made was 1987's Not Quite Human.
Yes.
Which I dare say may show up some summer on this podcast. I mean, it's
Andy's favorite cyborg movie. That's true.
Let's hope so.
Get your Alan Thicke on. This movie was written by Mary Rogers of Freaky Friday fame. He wrote both the book and the movie Freaky Friday.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the book, The Devil and Max Devlin.
The book, the novel, The Devil and Max Devlin. No, the book Freaky Friday. She is also, which I don't think I realized when we did Freaky Friday, the daughter of Richard Rogers, the composer.
Oh, Nepo baby.
Nepo baby. She too was a composer. Composed Once Upon a Mattress. Which I did not realize. It was based on the story by her, and she kind of came in after it came to Disney. It was originally a project written by Jimmy Sangster, who wrote mostly Hammer horror films for the Hammer studio over in England, the Christopher Lee and those and Vincent Price kind of movies. He wrote 1958's The Crawling Eye, which is famous for being the first movie ever shown on Mystery Science Theater. Anyway, so he had written this for Hammer. It was originally supposed to be about Vincent Price being a guy who went around and collected souls for the devil.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense.
But then they're like, no, we're not going to make this because of money or whatever. So he's like, I know what I'll do. I'll sell it to Disney. And Disney bought it for some reason and gave it to Mary Rogers to punch up the script. Because she did Freaky Friday. That was a big success. Sure, why not?
I mean, I am going to give a very quick, even before we're done with this, and say that we've been talking a lot about Ron Miller and trying to find the adult edge of Disney in this time period. And I gotta say, I'm questioning Ron Miller. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I'm questioning Ron Miller.
Well, it's like the overall theory was sound, but the execution was less than.
Good. That's a good way to put it, Michael.
That's very gracious.
We need to be a little more mature, but we're not going to get Jimmy Sangster's Devil movie and make that. Another weird production name is Jerome Cortland, who was the producer of this film. Of course, Ron Miller was the EP, but Jerome Cortland was the producer. He starred in the 1957 Disney TV miniseries, The Saga of Andy Burnett, which was an attempt to follow up Davy Crockett and feed off of that fame, and it didn't quite work out. Jerome Cortland also sang the title song for Old Yeller.
Aha.
That was him.
Yeller.
Good one.
He narrated the 1959 short Noah's Ark, the famous Disney short Noah's Ark. That was him. And wound up producing Disney films in the 1970s, including Pete's Dragon and Escape to Witch Mountain. So a lot of random people showing up. This movie stars Elliot Gould, Bill Cosby.
I'm not
Susan
familiar
Ansbach.
with his work.
Yeah, you may be familiar with some of his work. Susan Ansbach, Adam Rich, and Julie Budd. Introducing Julie Budd. Score by Buddy Baker. Songs with music by Marvin Hamlish. The great Marvin Hamlish somehow got roped into this. And that's what we're watching.
You mean song?
There were two songs.
I know.
One featured very prominently. Another written by Carol Bayer Sager, another allegedly famous person of the era. and somehow here as well.
Wow. We've got a lot to talk about here. That was a lot of trivia, Michael. Really good job. I mean, I can't even call it trivia, history.
Yeah.
I didn't think there would be any depth to the Max Devlin well, but who knew? He contains multitudes.
I found a whole sub-society on Facebook about him.
I bet you did.
So,
Gosh.
I bet you did. Had anybody seen this movie before?
well, yes and no. I remember nothing of this movie until I started watching it, and then the puzzle started coming back together.
I would be surprised if it wasn't shown in your household, Robert. I mean, just a couple of factors make me think that it would have to have been shown in your house.
It was definitely shown. There were flashes that came back all of a sudden. I was like, oh gosh, I've seen this. I remember this.
Wow.
And there's one gag, if you want to call it a gag, that resonated with me for some reason, and I have vivid memories of it now.
Well, I can't wait to hear what that is.
So it was a weird experience watching for many reasons, and frustrating and anger inducing. but no, yeah, my mom, a big fan at one point.
That's right.
Of one of the comedians in this movie.
Yeah. And truly curious about the supernatural, you could say.
Yes.
With a degree in Christian children education.
Christian, yes, she has a degree in Christian education.
Yeah.
So it all ties in nicely. I'm sure we rented this at some point. And I mean, I think I mentioned in our teaser that there was a poster of this movie hanging in a soda shop I frequented as a youth. And I remember sitting there drinking my soda and staring at it going, what a weird poster to have in a soda shop.
You know,
for kids.
Yeah.
I was like, why is that movie hanging on the wall?
Maybe they had struck a deal of their own and were trying to
never got a good answer.
corrupt the youth.
Could be.
Maybe so.
I just
It was
remember
hanging next
always
to a
seeing
U-
this in video stores.
Yeah.
Always in the video store, in the old clamshell, the old Disney clamshell.
And I feel like it was present in clip montages
Yes.
of the era of
Yes.
there's also this is something that is on offer.
Yeah. A lot of things because it would have clips of the singing lady. And I was like, I don't even know what that's from, and only sort of put it together later. But yeah, they love dropping in little nods to this in their montages.
It was like
I don't
this
think
one.
I'd seen it. I've seen it once. I think they showed it on TCM on one of those Disney
That's
movie nights.
wild.
I think, because I don't know where else I would have seen it. Or I saw it on TV at some point as an adult and was, appalled.
It was the box. I seem to remember the box not too far away from Leonard Part 6. The other Cosby movie that he was in. That was, I don't know if you guys ever saw that one, but
It never did, but I remember the
Yeah, I
trailer
remember,
for it
yeah.
in the theater.
But those two boxes I remember sitting out. I didn't know who Elliot Gould was, but I definitely knew who the cause was.
Well, Andy, we always throw it to you for a non-spoiler reaction.
Yeah, you do, don't you?
You have anything to say about this one?
This one, let me think. What a movie. Actually, I'm not going to call it a movie. It felt like a long TV show.
Okay.
Thank you.
Episode. And it felt like Bill Cosby was their second choice.
Mm.
It almost I could see like a Richard Pryor being that role.
George Burns. They're like, oh, dang it.
George Burns. Yeah. But
Richard
it's
Pryor, yeah.
I've got a lot of problems with this movie for many, many reasons. The biggest one being that I couldn't understand what was being said most of the time.
Yeah, there was a lot of mumbling in this movie. A weird,
It's like the Prestige TV of today.
yeah,
Yeah, it's just it was like the sound guy wasn't close enough to him, and he was picking up all the background sound.
yes,
But So we'll start with that and see where we end up.
Okay, I'm going to give a non-spoiler reaction because I think I'm going to forget it and and everything else that's more important. But like, how is this an 80s movie? It feels so incredibly 70s. I mean, I understand it's just 2 years in, but wow.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
For sure.
that is, there's just a lot
I kept
of,
having to
lot
remind
of
myself, this was 81 and not 74, because that's what you're right. It did feel that way.
Okay. Well, we got to start talking about this movie because we're going to be here a while. Robert, you have the con. Will you take us into the world of the Devil and Max Devlin?
No one say love is, but it is just too much for you to touch. Show us, say goodbye, and a fool could see it's not enough for me.
Well, welcome to Miller time, ladies and gentlemen. The Devil and Max Devlin. What could go wrong, right? Right. We got our usual, Buena Vista opening. And we got
But it's silent. There's no
Yes.
like boom, boom, boom.
I said it's the coldest cold open ever. It
is.
so incredibly appropriately.
Between the silent Buena Vista card and the silent weird credits, it was like they were ashamed.
Yes.
They're just
enter,
like here.
enter the theater in silence.
Yeah, exactly.
So we get an unassuming 1966 Mustang convertible in green with a white ragtop, a classic McSwain combo,
yes,
I might
that's
add.
right.
So
Maybe that inspired the color combo.
maybe so.
Yeah. Like, we should get a car like the Devil and Max Devlin.
The Devil and Doug McSwain.
For a very short term, I owned a 64 and a half Mustang that, so when I saw that one, I was like, oh, that's nice. That's really nice. But
Wow. Okay.
So out hops Elliot Gould. And right out of the gate, he puts a parking ticket on his windshield as an effort to deter the cops. And I am instantly, at this moment, transported back in time. And I suddenly realize, as I mentioned at the top, that I have seen this movie and somehow have blocked everything about it out of my memory. But this triggered it. And little vignettes started coming back to me. And I remembered asking my father for clarification as to why he was doing that and thinking it was funny for some reason. I don't know. I'm like, maybe we should start putting fake parking tickets in our cars when we park in downtown Shelby. But
Uptown, Robert. It's uptown.
uptown Shelby.
So aggressive.
Yeah, did
With the
you ever
parking
do that
tickets.
in Boone, though? I mean, could have used
It could have worked because they were bad about it up there.
Well, it made me laugh because I did live in LA for a while, and I was like, I wish I had thought of that. Then I realized it doesn't matter because many times I would come out to multiple parking tickets, and they just don't care. They'll give you more than one, happily.
But it's like I've already got a problem. And that problem is the Elliot Gould character. It's like that's anyway, keep going. I'll get there.
So we're doing a little character development here, and what it tells us is that Elliot is, I guess whom we assume right now is Max from the title, happens to be a very dishonest
the
person.
devil. Really? Is he like that much at this point?
Well, he's sporting a pretty nice casual jacket look, though, and snapped down hat, got a pastry in his mouth, and he's got his smoke in one hand. So he's walking into an apartment complex with a lot of angry tenants, and they all want to talk to him, and he's being very dismissive. So again, we're character development here. Yes, nice. He's a jerk. He
But
enters his
they're like
office.
being annoying too. Like
They are.
It's just a bad setup. And it's a bad setup for what will happen later, which is why I can't talk about it now. But it's like
Yes.
the beginning, he doesn't seem that bad, right?
He's just kind of brusque, kind of
Yes.
jerky guy.
Yes,
Yeah,
but I mean,
yeah.
not like that bad.
It's like, oh no, he's enforcing the rules of their lease
Right. I would argue,
while they're yelling at
yeah,
him.
He gets much worse later.
Maybe they should remake this with Larry David. I think that would work.
Would be wonderful. Yes.
As the devil or as Max?
It's both.
Both.
It's like a parent trap situation.
So he's being very dismissive with the tenants, and they're arguing with him about everything from their paint jobs and pets, and so. But anyway, he sits down, he smokes, he drinks his coffee, and begrudgingly lets them in, and they have their grievances, as I've mentioned. And suddenly, he sees a tenant outside and goes off chasing him, demanding that he wants his rent from him. We cut to outside. An old lady dressed in black, seemingly blind, as Max chases the man who's wearing a tracksuit down the street. The blind lady asks for help crossing the street. As an unmarked school bus approaches, she trips Max with her cane, and Max goes sailing into the street, and we get a nice thud sound as the bus locks down, it brakes, and we cut to a pair of feet under the bus.
Man, this is all happening so fast.
It was really quick.
We are
I laughed.
under
It
4
was
minutes.
the Family Guy fallen person legs under the bus.
Yes.
I also laughed at the when the people were complaining to him about all the junk in their apartment, and one person's like, "I got roaches." And he's like, "No, in New York they have roaches. Here we have palmettos," and that is so true. That is like peak LA. Right, that made me laugh because I was like, that is very true. Palmetto bugs. Yeah.
So off the bus come a bunch of Hare Krishnas. They begin chanting and singing over the body, and we cut to see Max falling into what we presume to be hell. Who wants to take a stab at this scene here?
Well,
Looked like a rock video.
Well, first we've got footage from the black hole. BT dubs.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Wow, really?
I didn't know which of the movies we've seen that the clouds were from, because that looked like several movies we've seen this season too. Be it Return to Oz or Something Wicked This Way Comes or
we have
Black Cauldron. I don't know which one.
Yeah.
There's a wall with eyeballs on it, I recall. There's fire flaming up. People are droning around. There's weird
Screaming,
arches.
people falling. It's pretty grim.
Caves.
It's
Ghouls.
incredibly grim. It's like,
I mean, and this is happening like 5 minutes in. This is
We're
happening really
at 4
fast.
minutes. Yes,
like
4 minutes. here.
hardly any kind of like. It's the most undramatic version of what is happening that has ever been imagined. It's like he kind of is like has a slightly worse. It's like everything's so quiet.
Yeah. Like someone we don't know something is happening to them.
Just take me back to the Hare Krishnas. Yeah. What is the scene from the black hole?
So a lot of like the fire stuff, it's when he goes into the black hole at the end of the black hole. And there's one scene that they clip and have in the background. And it's pretty funny because it's obvious that he's been like blue screened in over the footage as Elliot Gould is falling. But there's a scene where this rocky cliffs with all the like drone people from the black hole walking along. Kind of like monks or something. I don't know what they're supposed to be with fire going off in the background. But yeah, it's where in the black hole, it winds up with like Maximilian standing on that mountain with the guy inside. But anyway, so yeah, they just sort of pilfered their own recent movie for some hell effects.
So Max is levitating towards what appears to be a hellish court. We have a man in a business suit sitting on a throne. With some upsetting makeup.
Very Beetlejuicy.
Yep. I thought the same thing.
We have people sitting at like a board table. And we have Bill Cosby is evidently the prosecutor. He introduces himself as Barney Satin, Soul's manager. He introduces everyone in the room and welcomes Max to hell.
I thought to myself, I was like, figures hell's run by a bunch of white people.
Max,
I gotta
please.
say, I'm just going to open up the Cosby discussion and saying, yeah, in the intro you said Richard Pryor, which would make sense, but like, would it take a comedian for this role? It doesn't seem comedic at all.
Oh,
No.
absolutely. In fact, I was surprised that it was labeled a comedy.
It did not seem like a comedy.
There are
And
very few jokes in this movie that are actual jokes.
yeah, and the few scenes where they try to interject Cosby comedy flop, but more on that later.
But yeah, he just like stands around. And spoiler
glowers.
alert, he just stands around most of the movie and doesn't just kind of silently watches.
Except for one scene.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But yeah, it could have been any just regular actor guy.
So Max pleads for his life, and a voice starts reading off all of his misdeeds, most of which are pretty petty, like cheating on spelling tests, misrepresenting his age at the movies, prank phone calls, etc. While the white people in the room all nod in agreement. I mean, I got to tell you, I mean, if that's what gets you into hell, I'm in trouble, guys. Because I mean,
I was just thinking that you're going to have a rap sheet.
I mean, maybe not cheating on my spelling tests, but
antics are prosecutable, then that's bad.
Being a rascal.
Scamp prosecution.
I got a movie question. How did they not set this entire set on fire with
it's a good question.
propane barges? They had
I was going to say this set is pretty good. I got to say with the fire effects and the smoke.
Okay.
It seems super dangerous. Everybody's super sweaty.
They are.
There's a lot of sweat. I thought that was pretty 70s too. The amount.
Yeah,
of
this is
sweat.
the sweatiest movie we've watched so far.
I don't know. Ernest Saves Christmas is pretty sweaty.
Yeah, I guess Turner and Hooch is pretty sweaty too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
truly.
So one of the people at the table says these are trivial misdemeanors. They say he didn't help Agent Hargraves, which turns out to be the blind lady that tripped him and ultimately killed him. Max says that's entrapment. I kind of feel like he's got a complaint there. I mean, if that
I had literally typed, "This is entrapment," and then he was like, "This is entrapment." So I was like, "Oh, I would be a good lawyer, I guess." But it is entrapment. That's cheating. Yeah.
So the voice condemns him to level 4 of hell, which evidently is horrible. Barney offers to send him back in exchange for 3 souls. Max rattles off some names of people he knows are detestable for things like Medicaid fraud.
Timely.
Well, yeah.
So the chairman says it's no good. We gets these peoples anyways. So the devil or the chairman like has a faux German accent, or maybe that's a real German accent. I don't know. Anyway, Barney says they want fresh, unsullied innocence. He suggests he go after 3 people that are innocent, and Max agrees. Wow, what a movie!
There's your premise, kids.
Yeah, what a setup. Like, oh my gosh.
Walt Disney presents.
But this is where like if it's a horror movie with Vincent Price, this makes more sense.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
It is not a comedy. It's not a comedy.
No, it's not.
And it should not be. It's not something that can be like reappropriated into something else.
It's not a drama. I don't know what it is. I don't know what genre.
Well,
this falls into.
that's another conversation. Is
Because you've got Cosby, who at the time was a comedian. You've got Elliot Gould, who's a funny guy.
Yeah.
Known for being a funny guy. And just the thing that he's just kind of a slouchy dude, but there's no like, oh, he's not evil. Like the most evil thing he's doing is this thing that they're asking him to do.
Right.
Like being a negligent landlord is not a capital offense.
All right.
Back among the living, the coroner's office is packing up Max's body, and he shoots awake to the light of the Hindu onlookers who begin singing and dancing. So let's recap. Max is kind of a cheat. Is the super at a rundown retirement apartment complex, gets hit by a bus, dies, meets Barney, agrees to swap 3 innocent souls in exchange for his own, comes back to consciousness on a gurney, and first thing he does is gets a cup of coffee at a diner.
Yeah. You just need a cup of Joe to settle myself.
So he's in a diner in L.A. It kind of reminded me of the place they shot Freaky Friday that Annabelle eats at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe since there's a connection, maybe it is. So, I don't know. Suddenly, Barney pops up at the table with Max, and we get this who's on first routine as Max discovers that Barney's invisible. As he talks to the waiter, he keeps telling him to give him a second and wait a minute, causing the waiter to keep coming and going. And there's our first gag of the whole movie. Were you guys slapping your knees yet?
All I'm saying is, like, there was that hell scene, everybody was sweaty. Well, then they moved into the diner, and the guy at the diner is, like, way sweaty. It's like, is this the hottest movie ever created? Like,
Must have been a heat wave in L.A.
yeah,
during
like,
shooting.
what is going on here?
A lot of places don't have an AC out there.
That's true.
It gets a
That's
little
true.
stifling inside.
Yeah.
This gag is never funny in any movie ever.
Yeah,
Of like, the supernatural person can't be seen, but he talks to them and everybody thinks he's crazy. No, it's so lame and unfunny.
So if
The guy-
Barney's invisible, why does he dress up like a member of the Village People? Like, why can't he just be
Why is he like blending in?
trying to blend in? Yeah, like nobody else is seeing him, so I don't understand the costume changes.
That is a great question.
So Barney rage baits Max, and he takes the bait and starts yelling that he's crazy and yada, yada, yada. Everyone is looking, and we talk about how this is an old trope that is not funny.
The whole system's crazy. This court is crazy.
As he's leaving, he notices he can't see himself in the mirror, and he tosses the money at the waiter. Outside, Barney is waiting and tells him that inhabitants of hell cast no reflection.
Did anybody notice the guy who was standing behind him in line at the cash register?
No.
It's just this guy. It was just a very prominent extra who looked like Robert Shaw in a fake beard. I mean,
I
he
did
didn't
notice the fake beard. Yes.
Yeah. I don't know why this dude was just really funny to me. And I mean, he didn't do anything. He just kind of standing there real close.
It was so bizarre. Yeah, I don't understand what that was about.
Yeah.
You mentioned the Facebook group that was discussing this movie. Evidently, I should have taken more notes on the group, but this was like extra heaven. Like there was a lot of famous extras in this movie. They were talking about them all in a discussion forum. And I thought, this is like, why are people discussing this? But maybe they're listeners of the podcast. Maybe we've unlocked something here. Maybe this was a cult following.
Please contact us. We must know.
A ninth gate, if you will.
Yes.
Barney walks down the street calling out to God as Barney reminds him that he is that time's wasting, and also that he shouldn't be talking to God right now. He doesn't appreciate that. They hide out in a phone booth for some reason. I don't know why. I guess that's better than looking like a crazed person on the streets of L.A., a town known for its sanity. And Barney tells him to concentrate on his first target, the girl. Max puts his fingers on his temples and says he can see her, and it's hazy, and how amazing is this? And Barney tells him to think himself there. And we cut to a bathroom. A girl is cleaning up at a sink in a public women's room, and Max pops up in the stall and awkwardly walks out.
And by the way, we get a
Yes.
Yes.
So then Max thinks himself out of the bathroom and back to the apartment where Barney is giving him more advice on the contract, the rules of his powers, and the quote unquote magic properties he has. One of them is that he can only use his magic if he sees the target.
Line of sight
So-
only.
Yeah.
Like a
Why
remote
not
control.
make a really weird, requirement?
Yeah,
Lots
not?
of rules in hell.
yeah, they are very rule bound, ironically.
Yeah. So the ladies from the bathroom are hanging out, listening to some of the groovy Disney's canned music at a wood-paneled bar, presumably in the middle of the day, which just so happens to have an A&R guy in it.
That guy.
Max thinks himself into the club and sidles the ladies, who are none too pleased. So if him popping up into the bathroom wasn't a red flag enough, he now is sporting a shaving cut on his face and tells her she won't fail tonight.
Okay, can we talk about the shaving cut? Because it took me forever to get this, to understand.
Same. Yeah. That
Yeah.
was a big question.
Why in every scene does he, and as the movie goes, like later he has 2 and then he has 3. And then at last it's because he can't look at himself in the mirror. But it's never like, I thought I'd missed something. I was like, did we see him try and shave?
never, ever,
You know,
yeah.
It's so subtle. And
It's
it was
so
like,
subtle. It's the Easter egg that you never wanted.
yeah. And it was like, it did not need it. It did not really add anything to the movie.
No.
In fact, it was very
Wouldn't it be
distracting.
funny if he cut himself shaving because he can't see
Because he
himself?
can't see himself in the mirror. Yeah, right.
Or if
He
they
can't
did
see
it in maybe
himself.
like one scene, but then move on, but then they kept doing it over and over.
Yeah, and like by the end, he's walking around with like toilet paper all over his face. I was like, does he not? That's insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they never have a scene where he's trying to shave and cuts himself.
I must
and
confess. Oh, go ahead.
it's so weird. It's like, explain your joke, please.
I must confess that I think I was probably 5 when I saw this. I found that registered with me for some reason, and I remembered it.
That's impressive.
Remembered that I thought it was funny that he kept cutting him. I didn't know why. It never occurred to me then that it was because he couldn't see himself. But I just thought, yeah. So
It's just this accident prone guy.
yeah. So here we are. The band wraps up their set, and Stella Summers goes out on stage and starts rambling. She begins to sing and is blowing it, and then suddenly she starts belting out the most 70s sounding cliche drivel about love.
Very adult contemporary at the top of the world above the
Yeah.
contemporary resort.
Yes.
All dewy, rose lit, soft focus.
So the A&R guy, who's very stereotypical of what recording label guys look like in the 70s in my mind.
Yes.
And early 80s. He is wearing a seagull medallion,
Yes.
plaid sport coat, and has a very hairy chest.
He's got the open shirt and the kind of fro going on. He's very Larry from Three's Company adjacent.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
So he's
man,
blown-
this singing brings things to a screeching halt.
It goes on forever. I mean,
It
it's
goes on
almost the
for
whole
a
song
long
there.
time.
It is, and it's another one of these 70s woof songs, like meandering. Ugh.
But and I didn't realize that it was the actual actress was the singer. So Julie Budd, who played Stella, was the singer of the song. And
Yes.
I mean, while I did not care for the song at all, in fact,
He can sing though.
it made me angry. Yeah, she can sing. She's
Oh,
got
for
good
sure.
pipes.
For sure. Yeah. Game recognized, should I say.
But
She's like a baby Barbara Streisand.
I
was gonna say,
call
she's
her
like
Timu Streisand.
That's, I had that in my notes. Timu Streisand. Yes. So
Nice.
the A&R guy, he's blown away by her performance. He wants her to come in next week and lay down something. She turns to Max, says he has to come too. She seems to be blindly giving Max all the credit. He just happened to show up and she sang. So he thinks himself back to an office or somewhere. I guess it's his apartment. And we're introduced to a kid in bed reading a magazine, and he quickly switches it to the UCLA Law Review when his mom comes in.
That old gag. I had
He
to
switches
rewind
it-
because I missed what he was reading, and I was like, "Oh, did they have him reading something?" No.
No.
No, that's what. He switches it back to his magazine on motocross, and I am confused. Why is it so shameful to be reading about motocross at 1 a.m.? I mean, let's be honest here.
Interesting.
There's a lot worse things he could be doing at 1 a.m. with magazines in 1981. So we got some sinister music, and Max has rigged his Mustang with a sign that says Max's Mobile Motocross School, the letter X pert, instructions by retired MX champ. I mean,
Okay,
did
so
Barney?
this is the first time I thought, well, that's pretty bad, Max.
Yes.
Like the first time.
Seducing nerds with motocross.
Yes.
Like up until
What-
now, there's not been really anything that I'm like, well, I mean, maybe I wouldn't want to be friends with this person or be around them, but I don't see them as a particularly terrible person.
Yes.
And this is like the kind of change of that. And,
Did he use his superpowers to do this? Because he threw that together pretty quickly.
yeah, he did.
He's a handy guy.
Okay.
He's got all the stuff and the shed at the apartment complex. All
Yeah.
the groundkeeper stuff.
So at Palisades High School, the kid is trying to convince some motocross guys to let him ride, and they chastise him for being a nerd. And nerds get hurt, blah, blah, blah. Max puts on a poorly fitted helmet. I don't know why. And cruises up to the school. Lots of creepy stuff here. Lots of things. So we got bathroom stalking. He's trolling around high schools. The kid runs up to Max and says he wants lessons. Max says he won't teach anyone unless they want to sell their soul for it. Just going right to the, to the punch here.
Jeez, Max.
He introduces himself as Nelson, but everyone at school calls him Nerve. His
Which
full
is
name
not
is
like I thought he said like nerd. And then
Yeah,
when I
it's
realized it was
Nerve.
Nerve, that's not really like a nerdy nickname. It's just
his
Yeah.
metal.
Did you guys
His
recognize
full
who
name-
Nerve was?
no.
From Turner and Hooch. It was Ernie, the guy who's driving the car, and they confiscated, or they take his car. And he said, "Come on, Ernie, why can't your mom get something with some
right.
pickup?"
Yeah.
in it?"
Wow.
So Nerve's full name is Nelson the Nerve Nordlinger.
Nice.
I mean, that's a solid
Nordlinger.
movie name if there ever was.
That's
one.
really good work. First time
That's an
only
80s
time
name.
we'll see.
That's so 80s, though. What's up, Nordlinger?
Yeah.
Nordlinger.
Nordlinger.
So he hops in the car and rides off with Max and takes him out to the desert and says he taught Roger DeCoster, whoever that is.
Yeah. A lot of like, are we supposed to know who this person is in this movie vis-a-vis motocross? Like, is that a real person? I don't know.
I didn't bother looking it up. I'm guessing maybe.
Probably.
So he sets off riding, and a dark rider approaches, and it's Barney to remind him that it only works if the subject and him are in sight. Just then, Nerve takes a spill, and Enos from the Dukes of Hazzard rolls up on a bike and tells him he was doing pretty good. He tells him to
Enos,
come
you
on
right
out and race properly. What's that?
You dipstick, Enos.
Yes.
That made me happy. When I saw Sonny Schroyer show up, I was like, all right.
Yeah. I was happy to see Enos.
Yeah.
That was nice.
Enos is telling him he needs to come out and race properly with him sometime. So Max comes running over to the hill and yells at Nerve and told him to never leave his sight again. We shift gears to a carnival or fair, and a kid is trying to get on a ride. Is told he can't without an adult. Max appears, says he's his Uncle Max.
What's
He's
the
with
kid
him.
doing by himself? Did we ever figure that out?
No,
It's 81.
Never addressed.
out looking for dads, evidently. So let's pause for a second here. I mean, I feel like we need to at least address this. Kids, if a man ever starts hanging around you and calling you his uncle, and he's not your uncle, you definitely need to get out of that situation immediately. Just want to make a quick public service announcement.
Yes.
This
Don't talk to strangers, kids.
I feel like the movie takes a real turn with this plotline.
Yes.
Agreed. Yes.
I think this is about the time I checked out. I think as a kid, I was like, okay, I think I'm
I'm
done.
like, does this say more about the character of Max Devlin or the people who made this movie? I don't really know the answer to this question.
Combined with 1981 in general.
I think
I remember whenever I saw this on TV, this is where it really hit for me that like this is not good. This is going bad places.
Very bad places.
I need to ask my mom about this movie. Let's see if she
You
remembers it.
should, yeah.
I think, I'll have to pick her brain on this one. But unfortunately, Toby is not deterred by the creepiness, and he rides one of those barf-inducing rides that spin around and go up and down, and Elliot Gould gets off looking a little green around the gills, I think.
Yeah, but yes. But also there's like a lot of scenes of him just like riding the ride and like not quite looking green enough around the gills. It's like you're used to these like crazy Disney comedies where it's like somebody be like, whoa, like overplaying it. And he's
Well, I
like,
think
Jones
he's-
could have done it. Yeah.
I think he legitimately was sick.
I'm
think
sure he
trying-
was in real life. Yeah. I mean,
Yes.
yeah, right. Because they're really doing it. Yeah, that's a good point.
So Toby wisely tries to split, but Max tells Toby he wants to get to know him better, want to find out what he likes. And then he says Toby can find out what Max likes. He offers
Toby
to pay
did.
for all the stuff at the fair. Again,
There's lots of arm touching too. That's just
right.
Yeah.
Do you like having your back rubbed?
You like gladiator movies, Toby?
It's creepy levels at 10 or at 11 now. So
Yeah, beyond.
So Toby says he wants to ride the octopus again. And they spend the day
Shut up, Toby.
riding poorly built fair rides and eating junk food. On the way home, Max asks Toby what he wants so bad that he would sell his soul for. Toby says he wants Max as his dad because his dad is dead. Bummer. Max could take him to the fair all the time.
that
Evidently, Toby's mom is lonely because why wouldn't she want to marry a perfect stranger that Toby met at the fair?
He picks up kids at the carnival. Yeah.
So we find out that Toby's mom runs a daycare center. Max eyeballs Toby's attractive blonde mom,
Hard job, man. It's a hard job.
and she is not pleased with Toby's attempt to matchmake. She's not getting married, and that's that. Even says, one of these days you're going to drag drag home a murderer, which raises a very sound question. How often is Toby getting picked up by eligible bachelors wanting to date his mom?
Can we just talk about how like depressing this like dirt yard daycare is?
Well,
Yes.
I had some childhood memories, Michael.
Well, you know what? I had the same recollection that you probably had. It was a little too vivid for me, to be fair. My mind went to the same place, and it is kind of bleak.
That's what I thought of. Yeah, Michael and I staged a revolt when we were children against our daycare, and we won.
Oh, wow.
We
Oh no, we won't go.
That's right.
That sounds amazing. I want to hear more about this.
Well, offline.
Okay, we'll
perhaps.
find out. Okay.
We can't legally speak.
Yeah,
about
understood.
Well, I logged a few hours at the one called the Humpty Dumpty Daycare, which was at a house down off of Warren Street in Shelby.
Humpty Dumpty
And it-
daycare.
I had to have been like maybe 3. I was between 2 and 3 when I went there, And I remember standing there at the fence, clinging to it, watching my mom pull away, going, "This isn't good."
That sounds about right. Yeah.
I think it traumatized my mom more than anything that I remembered it.
You know, it's
So
funny
vividly.
because my kids are like very like out there in the world, and they just never had that experience. And I was like, I just felt so weird sending them to daycare. And then, I mean, of course, it's a different world. We didn't send them to a daycare like this depressing daycare, but they were also just like, "Why'd you come pick me up?" And I'm like, "Oh, I thought you would want me to pick you up."
That's so weird. That is so weird.
But yes, it is a lot better than this daycare, because this daycare looks like a dirt.
It's just a dirt lot.
So outside, Max is left alone with the kids and is playing a name game with them. And then back at the recording studio, Stella's blowing it, and Max realizes.
Hang on a second.
Yes.
Yeah. Go back to the day.
Yeah.
This could have been done so differently. They could have made
Andy. It could have been.
they could have made him so charming, because when he's with the kids, if you ignore the fact that here's some stranger that's just showed up and is being creepy and doing things, kids, if you ignore that, it's kind of sweet how he's acting. And you're like, why couldn't they have worked a better angle so that he has a more natural, organic kind of introduction to this woman and this family and these kids, versus just showing up as weird Uncle Max? I mean,
It is a real.
Yeah, they could have set this scene up a lot better.
It is a real mystery to me.
Also doesn't say much about mom as a daycare administrator, that she lets this rando take over and play with the kids.
And and it'd be different if it was a one-off thing, but it's not. I mean, the rest of the movie hangs on this, and you're right. It really does not paint Penny in a good picture at all.
And it could have, given some depth to his character. Like he's like, "Oh, I'm enjoying this part." Like,
But
I do
why
like
add
kids.
depth to his character when there could be no depth ever throughout the whole movie?
True. So, back at the recording studio, Stella's blowing it.
Oh
Max
man,
realizes,
I had some real PTSD watching this.
I was going to ask. I had a note.
Oh my god!
I have questions.
C43.
So Max realizes he's got to go help Stella, and he teleports off the playground, leaving the kids alone.
Only I could have teleported.
So Max appears out of nowhere, and we find out that Stella has tried 42 times to lay down a track and hasn't gotten a good one yet. And guys, I've never spent time in a recording studio, and I know members of the society here have. Is 42 a lot? Has anyone ever laid down 42 tracks?
Yes.
Yeah, but the fact she doesn't get very far and just goes, "I'm sorry. It's
I'm
like,
sorry.
Well, it's like, I don't know if y'all ever heard that Elvis thing where they're like, take one. The engineer's like, yeah, you have one more take, it'll be new record. Elvis is like, 153 one time, the record never even came out. So,
I got to give a shout out
That's
to
a lot.
the engineer here in the studio, none other than Mr. Pete Renaday.
that's right.
A reoccurring actor for this podcast, the voice of Henry the Bear from the Country Bear Jamboree, a Disney that guy, par
Disney that
excellence.
guy for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I found that, surprisingly, as unrealistic as it seems, I found all this very realistic. Sadly.
Just a lot of dudes sitting around a recording studio.
Yeah,
bored
and then
to
somebody's
tears.
got to stare at somebody to make them do well, and all of it. It's like quantum physics. I can't explain it.
So on take 43, Stella nails it with Max's help. So for the second time, we have to listen to this song.
Man, but it's not going to be the last, is it?
No, it's not. Then magically overnight, the album is on the shelves and selling like hotcakes and climbing the Billboard charts.
Get to the point where I was like, wait, is this the same person? What? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right?
Because the whole thing is like Max is on like a timetable. Like he's only got, they're very vague throughout the movie of what
Three
It's
months.
like
I
what?
believe.
It's like May 15th that he's got to get it done.
Yeah,
Or
like where
August-
was the
April.
calendar shot to like?
This
Yes.
movie needed the calendar
Perfect.
shot.
Yes.
Perfect.
Because you never know where we are. Like occasionally Barney will bring it up, but it's like, but she put out a record. How long did that take?
Right.
Yeah, you needed like you need something to anchor the time and give some sense of urgency to it.
Yeah.
Max calls Toby to talk to his mom. Mom wisely tells Max to take a hike and leave her and her son alone. Max tries to confess his love for her.
Yikes.
She quickly hangs up because, Max is coming on strong. Why not get a cup of coffee first? Why not,
But he
go
literally
inside and
only
say,
met her
hey.
once in passing, and he's like, "I love you. This may sound weird, but I'm in love with you." Like,
Why
no,
not
dude.
say, this may sound weird, but can we go out and get a cup of coffee?
Yeah.
Golly. And with that, we wrap up Act 1.
Give it up for one thing, love, but it is just too much for you to touch away. Say goodbye, and a fool could see that it's what I need, 'cause I must be free. Yes, it's time to believe in me.
Well, guys, I'm mad at Robert. I'm mad at Michael, and I'm mad at myself. I'm only not mad at Andy
All right.
because what have we done? What are we
Yeah.
doing? And
Andy
why?
really is the only innocent here.
Why are we doing this? This is the worst.
Andy, would you like sign a contract for me for your soul?
Depends. What do I get for it?
We have 3 souls here who are at fault, and you're the only one who is pure.
Why would anybody make this? Why would anybody make this movie?
I would love to talk to Ron Miller and be like, "What was going on, bro? This is wild."
But things might be bad for us, but they were pretty great for Stella because she gets a party, a big old party, nothing like a release party with some cold mayo salad. A lot of mayo. I thought of Michael. Just plop on that cold salad and get it going.
I loved this party scene.
We got some shrimp. We got a hot tub that people can see. Below the hot tub, a multi-level.
Yeah, it's like a suspended hot tub. Yeah.
It's like main engineering on the Enterprise if it was a nightclub in 1989.
Yes.
I spent a lot of time trying to find out if this was a set or an actual location,
Yeah.
which that led me to the Facebook group. Because evidently there was a lot of extras in this scene that were famous, and I could not find out the truth. So
I mean,
sadly.
it just seems like a real place. It's like
It feels like a real place. So yes.
it is something. It is a real achievement in some
Maybe it was
multi-level.
Cosby's. His Cosby's hangout in LA.
Could be,
But this,
Yeah,
felt super 70s right here, though.
Yeah.
super 70s. You got the
Yeah.
burgundy everywhere.
But
Yeah.
what was the guy walking with the microphone?
Okay,
that-
so yes, yeah. Oh, go ahead, Michael.
Well, I was going to say, this is our connection. This is an actual famous person of the era, Army Archerd, who was like a kind of that guy who was always at like the Oscars and stuff. Like he'd be like the guy interviewing people on the red carpet. He was there for the opening of the Disney MGM studios in 1989.
Nice.
interviewing people there, the celebs at the opening there. So
He was the
a little
Ryan
bit of
Seacrest of
connection.
1981.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
I guess you could get to work parties. So he's like walking around with the mic, and I'm like, man, what's this chord situation like? It's,
Yes.
Oh yeah.
it's just wild. Yeah, he comes up and breaks the fourth wall for Andy. Says
Yeah, how about that?
Stellar's record deal is well north of six figures. There's some extra fountains. Anyway, Cos is there. He's trying to throw interference to Max as he's dancing with Stella, trying to be normal. Stella's talking a lot about her parents, and everyone's dancing and laughing. The dancing and the laughing. There's a lot going on here.
Did anyone else notice the really weird editing? Because it
Yes, I
was
did,
like
Michael.
that. It's just like very strange.
I was distracted by all the drinks not having stuff put in them, as people were partying.
Stella said, "I wish this would last forever." Max said, "Will you sign your soul away from it?" And she said she would sign her soul away for a
You're
burger.
so funny, Max. Get out of here. You're so funny.
I'd sign my soul away for a burger. A woman of my own heart. Anyway, he pulls out the contract. Like his bedside manner needs some work. I mean, he's not a very subtle guy.
No,
Not at
he's
all.
not. No.
When she leaves to go get her burger, the Cos is not amused. He asks Max, how long is this going to take? Max says, I'm working on it. And then Max checks to see if anyone's looking and dumps his plate off the steps, which I thought was what a jerk. Well, we cut over to motocross, Nerf, and he's
Nordlinger.
he's entered the motocross event on the expert race. He's gonna race with Enos, guys.
Or Big Billy Hooniker. Was that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey,
his
Billy.
name? Yeah.
He's very wholesome. He has a pregnant wife. She says some scouts are here. A lot's on the line. I guess we're supposed to care about them because they're so nice, even though we don't know much about them.
Yeah. No,
Hold
no
on.
introduction really at all.
But we are to care. Even
this
though
is-
Nerf seems pretty nice too.
Yeah. 3 corruptees was way too much for one movie. It's
Yes.
just too much business.
Yes.
Too much business.
And it would just get bogged.
I just looking at something. I just realized something. So, Big Billy Hooniker, aka Enos, his wife Laverne Hooniker, was played by Jeannie Wilson, who was in Street Hawk, which was one. Do you guys remember Street Hawk?
No.
It was only one season about this guy that had this really fancy motorcycle in the 80s. Is the same. It was just
Airwolf.
Airwolf,
Knight
or
Rider.
Knight Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it was the same thing. But it was called Street Hawk, and he had a motorcycle,
Street Hawk.
and she was one of the main ladies in that.
I believe
Crazy.
it. She was pretty in a I feel I should know her from something way.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, man. I got to say, there was a lot of revving. Did you all notice the revving? There was a lot of
Lots revving.
tight shots of people revving their
The tight
motos.
shots.
Excite bike.
The race is on. It goes on too long. Surprise, surprise. I don't understand movies and from this period. It's like, oh, they got a motorcycle race. Let's show 5 minutes of motocross
Mhm.
without any clear indication of what's happening in the race.
Or like some music.
shots. Yeah,
That
and
was the thing. There were key plot points that took place during various races, and I was like, I have no idea what is happening. This
Can't
is
tell.
completely
Can't tell.
opaque to me.
right.
But I mean, seriously, would it hurt to put some music over this? And
No, Buddy Baker asleep at the wheel. He was working on Epcot stuff. Well, Max, Max was standing there watching him. You know what's going to happen. Well, Nerf Herder finishes first. And this motocross racer, Enos, we had just met, he was still nice. He's still nice. So what does it mean, guys? What does it mean?
Just everybody's super nice. This movie is very low stakes despite the premise, and that
Right.
just everybody's just kind of chill about everything in the
It's
end.
like, well, the scouts were there and my career is tarnished. But anyway, good job.
yeah.
I guess that's
Enos.
the end of that. I'm Enos. But for the Nerfy, he is getting noticed by his peer group, and old Marjorie Taylor Greene is there and her friend, and they are very impressed, as well as the high school boys. They're all into it.
Yeah, Johnny from Karate Kid is very impressed.
So Enos asks, how did you do it? And he said, I'll be right back. He goes over to Max. Max gives him an ice cream. He says, you need to say that's my little secret whenever anybody asks how you do that.
The ice cream, that cracked me up.
The ice cream.
Yes, the little like soft serve cones.
It's like totally McDonald's ice cream. Okay. We cut to the tennis courts, and man, the racket technology has really come a long way. This racket foley is intense. Kajonk.
Flashbacks, big flashbacks there, yeah.
Little page boy Toby is playing tennis by himself, and Max just appears in his dirty Yamaha shirt and boots and asks Toby if he can keep his mom really busy for the rest of the day. Nothing like, God, how sketchy can you be? Like showing up all muddy. Where's your mom? Keep her busy for the rest of the day. Toby
I want you to be my dad.
Yeah, Toby's an open book. He says his mother may be interested in her tennis instructor, but he's rooting for Max to be the dad.
Well, boring Larry Bender was the tennis instructor, wasn't it?
Oh man,
yeah, Larry, poor Larry.
We later we see Toby and his mom pulling up to home, and a team is unloading playground equipment. Max shows up and says he wants to give it to prove he's not a bad guy. Well, look at that. Finally, something. She likes it, even though she originally refuses it. He says he's completely emptied his savings account, but it's totally worth it.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
bitter.
I don't like this.
It's weird.
I mean, he's buying her affection, and she's already like, okay, this guy's
And
all
she's
right.
like, yeah, she's totally down for it.
She needed that playground equipment.
She was excited about that turf.
She needs a trip to Via Fettuccine Garden House, which we go to next. A date. He's got the tissue all over his face.
But this is where they finally explain it. This is where they finally make clear that it's a joke.
Man, but in the car, I guess on the way back, Max goes on a diatribe about how hard it is to be a landlord. I guess this is the way he's wooing her, by being like, and then they complain to me and I don't like it. And
The kids are playing ball on the wall.
it's annoying. Getting to know you.
Is that
Like,
how you
what
really
is
feel?
this movie, guys? What are we doing? What is this? Like, why is he not more charismatic? To Andy's point, there's no setup of him being like, the only thing he's done is bought playground equipment. Everything else is either creepy or annoying or
Yes.
like taciturn, like expressionless, like nothing.
Yes, totally like dead flat line. How hard do you have to work to make Elliot Gould not charming?
Yes, that's what I'm like. Elliot Gould should deserve better.
Yes.
And how boring does Big Larry or whatever his name was have to be for this guy to look good?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he just goes on a rant about how much children suck. And she's like, is that how you feel? And he's like, sometimes. And she's like, yeah, me too. Like, what?
Okay. Yeah, he's disarming, I guess. Well, we cut to the next day, and Toby's mom and kids are out with Max roller skating. Now, this is more likely a path to true romance.
That felt like a scene from Sesame Street.
Yes, it did.
Mm-hmm. I kept thinking about Sesame Street because the kids at the daycare are like, at all backgrounds and races and stuff. It felt very Sesame Street.
Yes, it did.
So,
Well, now we cut to a fireplace, and Toby is sleeping, and Max and Toby's mom are playing a little romantic chess. Nothing like sexy chess, guys, with the long glances. You know,
Really gets the
almost
women's
crown
motors
fair.
running.
I tell you what, guys, we've talked about Ron Miller looking for that adult audience. I don't know if I've felt this uncomfortable watching a Disney movie ever. I am not ready for this adult content. This is too much for me. It's
Well,
so intense.
Yeah.
It triggered me to send a shot of it to Jeff this afternoon while I was going over my final notes.
It's like long stares, long pans, and then they start kissing, and Toby like wakes up and smiles. It's so creepy.
Yeah.
And the fact that it's that it's that kid too.
Yes.
It's just all of it is. Andy, what did you think about it?
Oh, I was grossed out. I mean, going straight from the roller skating right into that. But when they showed the chess, that made me laugh.
Yeah, the
it was
slow
like-
pans of the chessboard. Yes.
Because they could have been doing anything else, but the fact that it was chess and that's what really got him in the mood, that made me laugh. But then, we knew it was going to happen as soon as they showed the kid and they leaned in, and then the kid just smiles right away. I was like, oh, this is rough. It felt kind of dirty.
Like little soft focus kids sleeping by the fireplace.
Thank goodness we're spirited away to a concert where a band is slaying, and
Yeah,
we
they're
see,
jumping.
they're doing it, and we see Stella getting brought in with the A&R guy and Greg Weems, maybe related to Baby Weems. I don't
be.
know, but I mean, it's that guy, Michael. Who's that guy?
Ronnie Shell.
Yes,
That guy.
thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, from another the Mouseketeers of Walt Disney World, right?
Yes. Yeah. And
And,
Shaggy DA.
And other things, yeah,
Yeah,
and
many things.
everything else, but
Cats from Outer Space,
Yeah.
which is a movie we've not mentioned in a while. Robert.
it's true. Yeah, it's like we've gone below Cat from Outer Space somehow.
We've got more important things to do, like the Devil and Max Devlin.
Yes.
This is just the worst. Anyway, Max shows up, tells Stella not to sing until he gets her cue, gives her the cue. Timing is everything. You know, we gotta look at you. Well, Stella doesn't, she gave him a look, I think, but she gets brought up to stage by two extremely burly men in tight Stella t-shirts holding her hand, which I thought was interesting.
The mustaches.
She can't see Max and is looking. People start booing. It's just like 8 bars in. It's insane to think that people would start booing that fast.
Yes.
Like, the band is just starting. Boo! Sing the song!
What I was going to ask is timing everything, Jeff?
Yeah, no.
When you walk out on stage, do you like to wait until the crowd starts booing you before you
Yeah,
play?
boo! Sing your song.
But the fact
That
that
does
they're
remind me of a story I have though. But go ahead, Michael.
I was just going to say, these are people who are allegedly fans of hers. Like, and I love how
Yes.
the band kind of vamps in the background, but it's not like people who are like big fans are going to show up and start booing because she doesn't sing immediately. It's
These are inconceivable. I was just going to say that I had a show one time. It was like a coffee shop show, and we were setting up, and the lead singer was getting ready, and this like guy smiled and looked at his friends and was like, "Play some music." And the lead singer was like, "You play some music." And then he started this set. It's really good. Anyway, that's what she should have said. But anyway, you sing the song. Anyway, for some reason, Max cues her and she can start singing again. Then we get a montage. Max and Toby's mom slowly falling in love. Life on the road for Stella and Fast Company, her backing
Yes.
Fast Company.
band.
What a great backing band name.
And a Norelco razor given to Max from Toby's mom. What's her name?
Penny.
Penny. Thank
Penny.
you, Andy.
Yeah.
Penny.
That was
Penny.
the Norelco razor was another scene that I rememred for some reason.
Yeah. This
big
is all
shaving fan as a child.
formative.
Big,
That's right.
Shaving
big
aware
shaving.
child.
That's right. Okay.
But
and
again,
then,
no calendar shot. No calendar shot.
no calendar shot. Time passes. Fast Company on an airplane cutting up. Nerf having a hard time with his dirt bike until Max shows up. Then we get Max covered in mud in his white suit. And then all of a sudden, Max teleports back into the plane and shows up all muddy, nodding to the guy next to him. His little slapstick there, this little comedy, guys. That's why I got the comedy rating.
Yeah, that was it. That was the reason.
Yep. We get reused footage of the tour bus they just showed like 1 second ago. And finally, we settled in to Stella sitting in her hotel room floor, disillusioned. Is she having second thoughts, gentlemen?
Already?
It seems pretty. She's riding the rocket and she's already having.
Yeah, it didn't take
What's
long.
going on?
I was thinking, I couldn't help but think of the scene in Forrest Gump where they're playing Freebird and she's climbing up on the rails.
Yes, that's what we needed.
Stella's tour manager's doing all right for himself on his tour, though.
Oh.
Every shot, he's like making out with the girl next to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Life on the road, man. We see them playing again this dang song. All right, I'm tired of the song. I get
Yes.
it. We don't
Yes.
need to have the song every time. Max watches backstage. Well, we got Bill Cosby coming back. Bill Cosby devil guy with a sandbag. Looks like he's about to drop it. Max shoves the A&R guy out of the way, but it's one of those you can't see him moments. The sandbag, I don't know, whatever. A&R gets mad. Max pushed him. And then this all comes to nothing because nothing ever happens about that again. So anyway, it's boring. Max goes and looks for Bill Cosby in the bathroom, only to find this weird custodian in the toilet standing with his mop who says, hey, it's okay. We're all show business here, you know. What the heck is going on with this guy?
That janitor's seen some stuff.
That made me laugh so hard. And I had to watch it like 3 times. I was like, what on
I was
earth?
cracking up too. I was like,
We're all show
oh
business.
man, hey, it's cool, whatever.
That's the thing about that guy.
Exactly. I was going to say that every movie we talk about, we say that we need the backstory on somebody. That's the one that we need the backstory on.
Better than this whole movie was that guy. Bill Cosby shows up again and Max starts threatening him. Cosby says he's just trying to get his attention. Cosby asks, what about my contracts? Max says he's going to take the time he has to get them. I guess that's it. He's going to take his time. He's got it time. He's going to take it all. Back in Stella's dressing room, Max shows up with a contract. Stella won't sign. Says they already have a business agreement. He gets 20%. Life is good. No dice. I mean, that is a good deal. 20%.
Yeah, that's good.
Why would he renegotiate? He hasn't really said what the contract is, guys. He doesn't even say what it is much.
Just sign it.
It's just annoying. It's not convincing.
No.
Why would anybody sign it?
Especially the millionth time he brings it up.
I'll tell you what,
know
though.
what?
Yeah, I know. Stella may be disillusioned, but Penny is a fish on the line. Toby has Max sign it, but he says he won't sign the contract until Max marries his mom. And Bill Cosby likes that. He says he has potential. Oh, pudding pops.
Is this when they're walking in the surf?
Yes. Well, no,
That's
I
later.
think that comes later.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Back to the dirt bike kid. Says if you have something to sign, he'll sign. So that's good. But he's trying to get him to sign like right while he's starting the race.
Yeah.
What do you?
The revving is going on. Nerf points out that soul is spelled SOLE, not SOUL. And nobody will sign the contracts, guys. Nobody's signing their souls away yet. What do you think about Max's ability to get them to sign? Just
He takes it up a notch later.
No skill whatsoever.
That's right.
It's Glengarry, Glenn Ross. Yeah, you know him not being a poor soul salesman.
Yeah.
And again, as you say, unclear as to what this even is that he's trying to get them to sign.
Right. Or like what he presents it as. It's just like,
Yes.
we need to do this now in case something happens. It's like, that's not a good argument. Anyway, we cut to Daniel LaRusso's apartment complex again. We got the swimming pool.
It really felt that way, yes.
Max is cuddling and kissing one of them. The kids? It's weird. He's having like the preschool over to his apartment. Anyway, Penny's all in. Penny, she's drinking the Kool-Aid. Toby, however, is not happy that Max did not take him to the carnival like he promised after the pool. He says, now you see him, now you don't. What kind of person is that? And some people may think that Toby is being insightful, but I think Toby is just really annoying.
Yes.
Yes.
And selfish.
Selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Max is on his way to another venue with Stella, but Stella is still disillusioned. She says every night she makes love to 25,000 people and goes home alone. Those are not 25,000 people.
No.
James. Excuse me, Stella.
No.
But she may have had her fill, like everybody's got their expiration date. She says she wants to be by herself. She picks up a payphone and calls someone collect to anywhere who will answer, but they don't answer, and she starts crying. Max come up, and they get in an incredibly long conversation I don't even care to recount or could not pay attention to even think about what was happening with the plot because it's so bad and makes no sense. And all that to say that Stella may be done. Bill Cosby shows up and says, now's the time. For what? Why would it be the time now? But with that, I yield the floor and say, this is the worst.
Saying what I need here, and I know that it means there's no you. I've never loved, had been so sure of it. Now I know we both have to choose.
Oh, so we go back to the daycare. Why not? All the kids are super
There's
stoked.
so much daycare.
So much daycare.
So much daycare.
Add in the trauma of the movie with pre-existing daycare trauma. and
Yes.
it's just
We
a
need to
bad
have the
scene.
mom run a daycare. Yeah.
So we can show he's really a nice guy by something. I don't know. Anyway, the kids are super stoked when Uncle Max shows up. Now everybody's calling him Uncle Max. That's weird. All the kids,
Sound of
that is,
Music
except
vibes.
for Toby, little Toby. Max says he's there to propose to Toby's mom. Toby is sulking.
I'm
Toby
saying, again, like, I guess this is supposed to be some kind of, like, sentience of Toby, but it doesn't play that way. It just plays like this kid's a jerk. Like,
Yes.
Elliot Gould's a jerk, and the kid's a jerk.
And the kid's a
yes.
jerk also.
Both are jerks.
He's just pouting because he's not getting enough attention or something. Says Max is unreliable. He wants to sub in Bender, the boring tennis instructor. But mom is listening from inside the house. She comes out to jump, kind of horns into the conversation. And she just tells Toby to kind of suck it. Says it's her decision to marry Max, not his.
She's right.
And that Bender is boring. She's
I'm gonna
like,
say,
"Oh."
I mean, Penny deserves so much more than what she is getting here, guys.
Yes. I mean, she's getting nothing, but not making much of a case for herself either.
Well, that's true. I guess you have to. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, oh, Bender took you to the carnival. How was that? And Toby's like, yeah, it was pretty boring. So he's like, all right. So Max is like, once I marry your mom, then I'll be reliable. Toby's like, all right.
Great
I'm on
argument.
board. Yeah. So Max later driving to the Grammys, and Barney shows up in his car. They're both in little tuxedos and stuff. And Barney's like, congratulations on your engagement. When is it? And so turns out Max and mom are getting married on Saturday. But it's going to be a busy day because he's got 2 motocross races and Stella's concert all lined up, one after the other.
And it's like, that's another thing that in like the Disney screwball comedies, like, okay, there was the thing with the mud and the thing with him showing up in the like motocross stuff. But like, shouldn't have there been more like, it's hard to get around to this place and that place bits of business to make something make sense? It's like they never hang a lantern on anything.
Yeah. Well, it all goes back to the very vague timescale because Barney's here because he's complaining about like Max is getting it tight to the deadline, but we don't know what the deadline is or how long it's been.
And he's complained about it too many times before that we don't care. Now that he's shown up, like, okay, so what?
Yes. Also true. It's there. We know there's a time crunch, but we have no perspective on what it actually is. And we also don't care. So yeah, Barney says you're cutting this close, and he's like, oh, you don't look too happy about the Max is like, the deals are coming, and he's like, you don't look too happy about it. Max is like, well, you didn't say I had to enjoy any of this. Barney's like, well, it's better than level 4. So we go to the Grammys. Stella's getting out of her limo, and she's signing autographs, and there's just a million people there asking for autographs. Okay, so Max shows up in a weird disguise. He's like an Inspector Clouseau disguise on for some reason.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, Stella starts having a fit and screaming at people to get away from her.
I don't blame her, though. Can I just say?
Well, yeah, but I did not know why. It was only much later in the film that I realized and came back to here because it took me till later to realize what had happened. So Max, in his disguise, there's no build up to this. There's no explanation of this. It's not clear what's happening. In the autograph scrum, he tricks her into autographing her Sell Your Soul contract. He like slips it in there.
Oh, I did not realize that either.
I didn't either till later when someone else signs and the weird stuff happens. I was like, oh, that's what happened. It is not clear at the moment at all what is going on. So he's in his disguise. He slips her the contract. She just signs it absentmindedly because she's got and then then she like freaks out.
She becomes evil.
She becomes evil somehow, even though that wasn't like explained as a thing that would happen. But it happens.
I totally missed that and just didn't make sense.
Inside the ceremony, she wins a Grammy. She goes on stage.
Which, can we just say, like, some real Grammyness. It was like very official Grammy.
Very strangely official Grammy. Yeah, I got the big Grammy sculpture up there.
Yeah, they got clearance from the Academy.
For some reason. Somehow. She mentions Max and Jerry Nadler, who's the record label guy. And so then Barney like appears on stage behind her, like looming. And she's like, I got to mention Max and Jerry Nadler. And I got nobody to thank but myself.
What?
And the crowd goes, ooh, like Saved by the Bell. And she leaves the stage.
And they start clapping.
Yeah, they're like, ooh, yay. So Max, he's in the audience. He's like, my God, she's a monster. And Barney's like, that's just the way we like them. 1 down, 2 to go. And I had no idea what was going on at all. I was so confused. But that just means it's time for more motocross. Nordlinger, he's preparing to race. And Max is hustling again. We're doing the same bit, trying to get him to sign the contract. He's like, oh, it's indemnification should there be an accident.
There's lots of giant cowboy hats at motocross.
Yeah.
You noticed that?
Yeah, apparently.
Big
Wild
cowboy
West.
hat. Wild West scene there.
Cowboy ethos. Nordlinger again is like, oh, you misspelled soul. It's supposed to be spelled S-O-L-E. Ha ha. But anyway, he's like, all right, I'll sign, whatever. So he signs. We hear a gong, and the race begins. This is where I realized that she had signed the contract, and I had to go back and look at it again because I was so confused. So anyway, Max is watching from the stands, making his magic happen. And Barney's there, and he's like, I got to make sure Nordlinger doesn't hurt himself. But during the race, something happens.
Why is Barney Motocross dressed like a leather daddy?
Does this costume say leather daddy? Daddy likes leather?
Daddy likes leather.
I don't know what happens here. I think Nordlinger runs Big Billy Honecker off the track because he's a jerk now, maybe.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
But it's because they're like, oh, somebody broke their something. And then he kind of runs him to the side, but not really. It's not like
I was confused by
wreck.
this too. Yeah.
It's super not clear, but Max is clearly having second thoughts. Max understands better than we do what's going on because he's having second thoughts. Wedding time. It's wedding time. There's a string quartet playing.
God.
We pan across the string quartet really slowly and pan down. One of them has like boots on or something.
Those
Tennis
are
shoes.
Converses or something.
Yeah, Converses.
Why is that important?
Why? What does that make?
It was really emphasized.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
That
I
was
didn't
so
understand.
confusing.
Toby's mom comes down the aisle. We get a bunch of quick cuts to faces in the audience. Again, the editing goes like mental.
The editing, like, it felt like a completely different director was doing the wedding
It's like
scene.
The Graduate.
Yeah, I was
It's
going to
all
say
like-
it's like The Graduate.
Yes,
That's
like tight
exactly what it
shots
was like.
and zooms and weird. Yeah, felt uncomfortable.
Well, as Max and Mom are saying their vows, we get super, super close-ups on their faces and the preacher.
Yes.
Like every time we're all up in their grill.
I kept thinking the preacher was like some sort of evil ghoul. Like there was some why they were showing him so prominently. No, he's just a preacher.
Just preacher. So they get married, and Max goes on the prowl to get Toby to sign his contract, and it works. And we hear the chime, and then Toby goes like, "I got to talk to my mom." So Max goes to eavesdrop on that, and Toby's like, "I don't like Max anymore." Says there's something weird and bad about Max, which true. Finally, you're clued in, kid. He's like, "I hate Max." Mom's like, "Yeah, you're just jealous. That's natural." Which Max tells Barney, he's like, "It's gonna be a swell marriage if Toby hates me." Barney's like, "Yeah, don't worry, Agent Hargraves, who was the murderous old lady, he's like, she can take care of it." And so it comes out that by midnight, the 3 signees are going to belong to Barney. He's like, "I lied about them living out their natural lives. I need them all now." So this upsets Max. Max is like, "Oh, I wouldn't have done it if I had known that." Like, they're all great kids. And if Toby dies, if you kill Toby, it'll kill his mom too. He cares. Barney is unmoved. The changing legalities of this situation were all very confusing to me.
Yes.
I didn't really care enough to stop and sort it out, though. Max freaks out. He runs inside and lights a fire in the fireplace. He's like, "I'm going to burn these contracts." So we jump cut back into hell where we got a full-on man-goat devil Cosby.
Oh, guys.
And this is the moment where I go, "Who's got the third act?" Oh, it's Michael. Excellent.
I wanted to tender, we always talk about Andy wanting to resign. This made me want to resign. This was too far for me. It
was too
held
far for me.
So long. It held for so long, and it was so disturbing. Why would this
Shirtless
be in a Disney film from this
shirtless
era?
Cosby in red paint, body paint,
Comedy.
Yeah,
And
with like furry
goat
like,
leggings.
goat
Yeah.
legs. Torgo style. Yeah.
It was like something from Mystery Science Theater.
Yes, it really was.
Well,
Especially because he's like standing on a little rock and he's got flames bursting off, like Wizard of Oz flames coming up behind him. This
Andy,
is really weird. Yeah,
Did
Andy.
you have something to say?
And the movie, I mean, it's already low. I mean, it's just so poorly done. But then this drops it another level down.
Yes.
To the fourth level of hell.
Yes.
It goes down.
And you're right.
Too.
It'd be one thing if they had just shown a flash of it. I think that would have been so much more effective than to keep going back to him and showing it, because it's disturbing.
Well, and it's disturbing because he's like, if you burn the contracts, eternal damnation will be yours. And he gets like he's like, limbs are being torn from their sockets. Your limbs and your sockets. It's really gross. It's really strange. Mac's like, you'll never get these kids. And he tosses the contracts in the fire. So we blink back to the house. Back in the house. Max is all like sulky now. And the mom shows up. He's like, I have to go now. There are people who need me. I'll come back as soon as I can. He leaves. Mom is confused, but strangely non-reactive. She doesn't really have a reaction.
Like, it's our wedding day. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
I mean, who was the first husband of hers? Probably not a good situation.
Yeah.
Well, he's dead, so.
Mac's like, I gotta go get cigarettes. I'll be back when I can. Anyway, Max is speeding down the highway because apparently he's gotten a Nordlinger alert, and we have not been privy to that, but he's speeding down the highway, get cutaways to Nordlinger giving media interviews, talking about how great Big Billy Honecker is.
I don't get his arc at all.
No, I mean, makes no sense.
It was the most pointless arc of the whole movie.
Yes.
Easily.
And the most nothing of a character completely. So Max gets to the race. It's like Max is racing against time because something is going to happen, but we have been given no clue what is going to happen or anything.
We get a weird cut to his exposed rim on his Mustang that doesn't add anything to the. Yeah, there's so much editing in this movie that was weird.
So Max gets to the racetrack. He's all like breathless and scared of what has happened to Nordlinger. Honecker has won the Nationals, I guess, without Max there to stare at Nordlinger. Nordlinger lost. And Nordlinger, they make it seem like he's like going to be in this. There's an ambulance there. And they're like, oh no, something's happened. But no, he's kind of in a chair. He got tripped by another blind lady. There's another blind lady there, a different one. Before the race even began, she tripped him.
I thought it was the same one.
No, that's a different one.
Oh,
she's from heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. So Max runs after her. Max sees her, runs after her. And I guess she's supposed to be an angel?
Yeah.
Because Max calls her Your Holiness. I was so confused because I thought she was another demon person. But Max is like, Your Holiness. And he's like, Nordlinger's too young to die, as she says.
She's terrified.
She saved him. She tripped him to save him, I guess.
Yeah, she is more terrifying than Cosby as the devil.
Yeah, she's super scary.
She's creepy.
Which is what confused me, that she was supposed to be good, because she is she's probably the creepiest person in the movie. One of them.
Other than Uncle Max.
Yeah. So I don't know what's going on. Anyway, a Nordlinger apparently decided to quit racing for some reason and tells Max, he's like, I'm sorry. And Max like, that's fine. I'm moving on anyway. I'm going far away. And Nordlinger's like, well, maybe I'll come see you. And he's like, no, I never want to see you. Says he's going places so horrible, places a young man like Nordlinger should never see. So we go to see Timu Streisand, and he starts trying to talk her into quitting performing because he's not going to be able to help her. So he doesn't want her to humiliate herself. So she's like, I can't quit now. My parents are in the audience, because apparently he did something to get her parents there that we weren't privy to.
Just want this movie to end.
I don't know. It never tells us, but they're there for something. He's like, I've got no powers to help you anymore. If you go on stage, you're going to flop. She's like, I don't believe you. Miracle is just another word for confidence. And if ever she wanted to perform, it's now, because her family's there. So he kind of goes sulky again. He goes to leave, and she's like, I'll miss you. We go back to Toby's house. Max shows up. He's all disheveled, and Toby's like waiting up for him. Max like, at midnight, I have to be somewhere else. Toby's like, will you come back? Max says, where I'm going, it's too far to come back from, baby. Toby's like, yeah, you promised. It stinks because every father I get bails. And he tries to put a guilt trip on Max about his mom. Max like, she'll be fine without me. And mom comes in, eavesdropping, and she's like, no, I won't be fine without you. I love you, Max.
But why?
Why? Yeah.
Well, Max is like, how could you possibly love me? Which is a great point. Great point. Why does she love him at all?
Also, are you gonna tell her that you sold her son's soul to the devil?
I only hooked up with you to sell your child's soul to the devil. Yeah, that's a real icebreaker. He starts rattling off his negative qualities. He's like, I got all these problems. She's like, your problem is you've got no self-image. Which,
that's very 80s. That's the first
very
80s.
80s. At that moment, he looks off to the side, realizes he can see himself in the mirror. He's super excited. He starts saying, I've won, I've beaten Barney. Mom is confused.
I just want to point out that this is not what growth looks like.
No.
No.
This is just not a redeeming plot line. Oh, he didn't sell the souls, but he did, and he is not like coming clean on it. So
he was okay with selling them, but not when he found out that they were going to die instantly.
Yeah.
right.
But if he had sold their souls and they were going to live out their lives, he was going to be okay with that.
Yeah.
They can
It's
spend
different.
eternity in hell, just not
different.
tomorrow.
Who among us, right?
Yeah, we've all been there. Oh, Lord. Mom's like, I'm going to call a doctor. Max was like, I've always made the wrong choices, but this time I made the right one, and the devil lost my soul. Mom's like, Max like, no, I love you. I'm not leaving, but I have to go to Stella's concert. So they all go to the concert. She comes out on stage. She gives a little speech saying this is going to be my last performance for a while because she misses her family. And I'm going to miss the audience. And I'm going to miss Max. And so she starts singing. It doesn't mess up. So we've got another song. We have a second song.
Oh, God.
A second song has entered the movie.
Now, you guys know how I hate musicals.
Yes.
So when
I
this
thought
was
of-
going on, I was like, why can't this movie just end? Why do we have to keep listening to these
It's a
stupid
good
songs?
question.
Because it's a long song.
Yeah.
It's a long song.
Roses and Rainbows, I believe it is.
And I was
Yes.
going to be like, well, maybe muscle memory, at this point has kicked in and she can sing that one song. Nope. It's a different song.
Different song. Got a whole new song, baby. Anyway, in the back of the auditorium, Max and Toby and Toby's mom are all standing there watching, and she's singing and singing and singing. And so we get a close up on Max where he looks up at heaven and mouths something. I think it's thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
And then we roll the credits as the song plays again. The end.
You better know there'll still be rain. If someone says they'll bring you roses and rainbows, you better take a look again. You better find out who you are, girl, before you run to someone else. Instead of waiting
I really didn't like that movie, guys.
Nope.
I hadn't picked up on that.
I really
That
didn't
was
like
not
that
a good
one.
one, my friend.
I don't know, guys. I kind of liked it.
I know.
So I was waiting on Andy.
Had a lot to say.
No, guys, this, I got a
Freaky
lot of that.
Friday pedigree. You never know.
Yeah.
That's true. Got that freaky DNA.
Oh man, that was so bad. It was
That was
so
really
bad.
bad.
It was so bad. Okay, we gotta rate this thing. And we're gonna do it using our custom scale, made to order for each movie, not record, not a Stella record. Robert, what's our scale for tonight?
I mean, it's such an uplifting, bright, happy movie. I thought we'd go with Roses and Rainbows.
Roses and rainbows on a scale of 1 to 5. Plot and writing, I'm going to start 1. If there was lower, I would give it that. I hated the plot. I hated the writing. All of it was terrible. I do not like it. It was so bad. Thank you. Michael.
1. If we could go lower. It was so bad. So badly done. Just unbelievably badly done.
It's to the point where many times it made no sense to me.
Yes. There were so
And
many
I
moments where I
lost-
had no idea what was going on.
Literally
Yeah.
lost the plot many times. Andy.
It will be a 1 for me as well. This seems like it was a first draft that they should have gone back and done over and over, but they didn't. So we get 1 rose and rainbow,
And or rainbow. Robert, what about you?
Well, part of my job in the podcast is to go through the movie and figure out where the acts start and stop. And I, for the life of me, cannot find any kind of a flow or a clear division between Act 1, 2, and 3. I just had to kind of take a stab at it. And it became abundantly clear why when Michael told us that the director was from television, because television rarely has clear acts.
True.
But with all that said, yes, it is a 1 for me because it was just, there was no character development. There was no plot. The plot was thin at best. And, it was bad.
It just jumped around between stuff. 3 different uninteresting storylines.
It would have been better if
They
they
were
had
all
one interesting storyline
uninteresting. Yeah. Yes.
that he was chasing.
Well, and the other thing is it could have been interesting if it was somebody who was already involved in his life. There were 3 strangers.
Yes.
Or if the person was going to change the world and the devil
Yes.
wanted this person to stop.
Anything.
Yes.
Anything more interesting than what we saw.
Yes.
John-
It's like if
John
one
Connor?
if the kid was going to cure cancer someday. Or
Yeah, it was
something.
John Connor. That's right. James Cameron could have punched this script up for us.
Yeah, for sure.
Man.
James Cameron's Devil and Max Devlin. All right, Robert, what about casting and acting? What do you think about that?
I believe it's going to be a 1 for me there too. There was no the acting. I didn't think was. Cosby's even for his problems. I never thought of him as much of an actor. He was pretty one note. And then Elliot Gould. I liked him in Ocean's 11, but that's about all I can think of. But yeah, nobody jumped out at me. Nobody. The singing was probably the best part with what's her name. But yeah, it's a 1.
Andy?
I think it's important to look at this movie through the lens of at the time. Cosby was not the monster that we now know him as. I liked Elliot Gould. He was in MASH. He was in a lot of those other movies like that. What's that one? The Long Goodbye.
Yes.
I liked Elliot Gould. So I don't, and the girl was fine, and she wasn't great. I don't think it's a 1, but it's definitely lower than a 3. So I'm gonna go with 2.
Okay, Michael.
Yeah, I agree with Andy. I got to go with a 2 just on the strength of it. Again, thinking in the time that this was made. I mean, Cosby was a big get, and Elliot Gould is great, even though Cosby did nothing in this movie except stand around and just look like the cat who ate the canary. And Elliot Gould didn't have a strong direction of like how to be, I feel like not really. He's just kind of deadpan and weird. But still on the strength, I just love Elliot Gould. So I'll have to give it a 2.
I also love Elliot Gould, and this was not his finest hour, and that's probably due to many factors, but I think I'll agree with you all and give it a 2. Although I want to give this the lowest possible score, but
Yes.
2 it is. Production value, I'll just keep it in the gutter and say 1. I mean, I don't know. Could I give it more for the hell thing? Maybe, but the music was terrible. And as a Buddy Baker fan, I have to say, this is not Buddy Baker's finest hour. It's going to be a 1 for me. What about you, Andy?
I initially started out as a 2, but I think you've talked me down to a 1. I mean, I think I was like, well, at least, they're moving around and going to different locations kind of a thing. But that's such a low bar because there's nothing else really that I can think of that. I mean, what am I going to say? Like the makeup on Cosby, because that was just creepy and I didn't like it.
Yeah, the dark circles under his eyes. Yeah.
So yeah, I think 1's very appropriate.
All right, Michael, what about you?
I was originally going to say 1 out of spite because I really hate this movie. But I think if I'm going to be objective, I'm going to have to say 2 just because it had some things. I mean, it had lots of fire. Fire's fun. It had that nightclub, which they probably just found. It wasn't a real thing. They went to the trouble of holding the Grammys. I just think technically it's a low 2, even though it didn't. And like like Andy said, they went around and did things.
Well, you're probably right, but
I don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's an
It's right
extremely
there.
low
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, it's right there in between.
It's just barely a pulse.
Robert?
I'm going to give it a 2 as well with Michael. I think
Okay, fair. Then I'm
I
happy
mean,
to have it downgraded it.
Yep.
they, I thought the release party scene, location was the most entertaining part of the whole thing. As far
Jackie
as
Treehorns.
Jackie Treehorn House. And then, the location shots. I mean, but the rest of it, I mean, I laughed at how bad the editing was. I found that funny, the most entertaining part of this whole movie. So
I was disappointed. Jeff, you brought up Buddy Baker. I was disappointed by the lack of music in a lot of it.
Yes.
Because I got excited when I saw Buddy Baker, but man,
Yeah, the unimpeachable.
he was elsewhere. As
He
you
was.
say.
Okay, entertainment value. I will I'm gonna go first again. I just 1.
Wow.
It just was not, it was awful. I think this is my least favorite movie. I think this is replacing Spaceman and King Arthur's Court. I just
Turner and Hooch was a dud for you.
actively did not like this movie at all.
Oh, man.
It like goes on some of the worst movies I have seen. I just didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I thought it did not make sense that he is somehow redeemed by being worse than he was at the beginning. That doesn't make sense to me.
There's no arc at all.
And I hated the 3 plot lines, and I didn't like it. So, the end. Michael.
1. I mean, it not enough to be gross and weird, which it was. But you think when you hear the premise, you're like, well, this is going to at least be interesting, even if it's awful.
Or
it's going to be
Yes.
interesting.
Yes.
It's so boring. It is so boring. And also, half the time, you don't even understand what is happening. Like, Spaceman King Arthur's Court was awful, but at least I understood
Right.
what was happening.
I can't understand. Yes.
It just deadly, deadly dull. And no one you care about. Just a slog. Yes, a 1.
Andy.
I don't know what else to say, but yeah, a 1 for me. There's no chance that I would ever go back and watch this movie.
I would absolutely never watch this movie again. I can just say that 100%. We're going to let Robert have the last word.
This season has sort of turned into an experiment, or we're kind of figuring out what happened to Ron Miller, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because this is right near the end of his reign.
Yes.
And they go out and sign Cosby again at the time, a big deal.
Elliot Gould.
Elliot Gould, he's not a lightweight. And they hang the poster at the down at the soda shop.
The soda shop. Rob Miller takes the poster to the soda shop.
So, I mean, and I remember the poster being at like the movie rental place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I forgot everything about this movie. So from watching it as a kid. And, but yeah, I think we're seeing what happened here to Ron Miller. And I mean, it's a 1 for me, clearly. So
I really didn't like this movie. I would watch Something Wicked This Way Comes so many more times.
Oh,
compared to
absolutely.
this. It's just
Absolutely.
so much better.
I would too. I say that because I was pretty harsh on that movie. And I, if I had to choose between it or this one, I would definitely choose Something Wicked.
There we go.
I mean, at least it had stuff happening that was like, well, that's weird.
You're right. Right. It's something noteworthy. Okay. Well, let's punch this into the computer that wore tennis shoes, and I hope it gets a really low score.
well, I mean, I'll point out that Something Wicked This Way came out with a 2.81, which is, I mean, that's
Now we're talking.
right in the middle of the pack. This one did not come out in the middle of the pack, as you would suspect. We have now rated 71 movies, gentlemen, and which is hard to believe. And this one is now 3rd to the bottom.
Yes.
So we have got a 1.31, with Gus being right below it with a 1.2. And of course, our favorite hateful movie, The Bar, Unidentified Flying Oddball, with a 1.06.
Still would
But I would
rather,
rather
watch
watch
it.
either of those than this.
I would watch Gus over this one, I think.
Yeah.
I think if we went back and rewatched Gus now with a new appreciation,
Yeah.
I think it would at least maybe jump up to maybe a 1.4.
For the Ralphs alone. I mean,
That's right. And Flubber's up there. So our bottom feeders would be
Crazy.
Herbie Goes Bananas,
Uh-huh.
Flubber, and then this one.
God. Imagine being stuck at like a beach house and it's raining the entire time, and those were the only 3 movies you had.
That would be funny. Like, well, of course you have streaming now, but to plant this at somebody's beach house.
That would be good.
Back in the 90s.
That'd be good. All right. Well, we have rated this and said what we've had to say about it. What did our friend old Leonard have to say about this, Michael?
Well, I laughed out loud because I pulled up Leonard's movie guide, and usually he's got a little something to say about about a movie. This one, the review in its entirety, undistinguished Disney fare. That was it.
Yes.
Although I will say on Wikipedia, when I was reading about the movie, they had Ebert's review. Ebert loved it. Ebert thought it was hilarious. Proving once
I
again
swear
that Ebert is a lunatic.
Yes, Ebert is strange.
I don't think he watches them.
Strange. Oh, Lord. Well, I want to close the book on this. Any other final notes we have to say about this?
No, go away, Max Devlin and the devil. Get behind me, Max
Truly,
Devlin.
truly. Oh gosh, Robert, if people have been made to watch this movie and need to curse you, how would they get in touch with us?
Well, we're getting a lot of emails these days, and so I've been enjoying emailing the fans back, and we get lots of notes and insights. Maybe at the end of the season, we'll read some of our favorites.
Mailbag. Love the
And
mailbag.
get the mailbag back out. But you can do that at info@medfieldfilm.com.
That's right.
And one of these days, I keep saying it, but one of these days, we're going to expand our social media presence
Is it going to happen? We don't know.
and
People
relaunch
demand
it. So, and when we do, you'll find us at Medfield Film.
Well, where do we go from here, Robert?
As I wish it got better, but we have some. We have two more to get out of the way, and I think after that, it'll at least get interesting. The rest of the way, but the next two, I honestly came close to punting on the next one to get to the one after it, but I decided the day that we would stay on the course, and we've done a number of sequels. We've obviously done Herbie. We've done Descendants, although we didn't rate it. We've done the reboot to Freaky Friday. We've done the sequel to Shaggy Dog. And this time we're going to do a sequel to a favorite. Let me before I reveal what it is, let me go back and look what we rated the favorite or the first part of this movie here. Let's see here. The movie we watched is Escape to Witch Mountain. It got us a 2.25, and we're going to watch the sequel, The Return to Witch Mountain,
Hey.
which I haven't seen since I probably was about 5.
I haven't seen it in a long time. No. Nothing could match what we just watched. But you know what, Robert, I got to say, this nuclear option's seeming pretty tame at this point after what we've been
I really think
through.
it is. I think we've overhyped the nuclear option
That's
now.
right. Now it's just not.
I'm worried about what March will bring because I think that might ultimately be the one that breaks us.
The nuclear option was the friends we had along the way. Anyway. All right. Well, Godspeed to everybody who's following along with this, and we thank you all for listening. What do you mean I'm dead and in hell?
You see, you got hit by a bus, you see, and your eyes roll back up in your head like, oh, and you can no longer enjoy the pudding pops and the jello and the whatnot.
What if I find another person to take my place? Maybe I can get them to sell their soul for fortune and glory.
Now that sounds like a type of plan I can get behind, you see. But let me ask you a question. Maybe you get a child, because they say the darndest things and they make the faces like, oh.
Yeah, that's a good idea. There's this kid Todd Knaperek who won't shut up about wanting to be the greatest graphic designer of all time. I'm sure he'll sell me his soul to make it happen. In fact, I think now's my perfect opportunity. He's just starting his bedtime prayers.
And bless mommy and bless daddy and my dogs, Rambo and Ferris Bueller, and bless NASCAR driver Kel Yarborough and Bobby Allison, and make me the greatest graphic designer of all time, where I'll design logos for businesses of all kinds, even race car logos. I'll be known as a titan of digital art and website branding.
Hey, kid, I can help you with that. Just call me Uncle Max and sign your name right here on this piece of paper.
Sure thing, Uncle Max.
See you around, kid. Wow, that was easy. Hey, Barney, here you go.
And so I would like to tell you a story about another child, Rudy, and what have you, and my wife, Camille, who loves the classic Coca-Cola and the cooking.
No thanks. I got what I came for. See ya.
Yes, folks, that's Todd Knaperek at Bydand Graphic Solutions. They say mastery takes 10,000 hours, but Todd has made other spiritually irreversible arrangements. And totally worth it. And even though Todd has already paid the price, nobody beats his prices. Logos, branding, and design so polished, one would think that they were designed without salvation. Remember, trends fade, but souls and brands are forever. Go to bydandgraphics.com, that's BYDAND graphics.com, and let Todd make you look good.
And so the bydandgraphics.com, what have you, and the child is coming at me, you see, and he's making the face like this. And his mother is looking at the child and doesn't understand. Now, I show the mother the Kodak film, you see, once again giving the child the ice cream and whatnot. Then the child is holding the ice cream and takes a bite and gets the brain freeze, making his face like, oh.
Okay, guys. Well, from all of us, we're going to let that fade away. And to all of you, we're going to wish you, we need to like ring a bell to silence our
We need
souls.
the Hare Krishnas.
Yes, we need the Hare
Yes,
Krishnas.
there we go.
But, we wish you well, and we will see you when we return to Wish Mountain. So long, folks.
Proud are we of mighty Redfield, our mother dear. All your sons and daughters hail to thee, Redfield College of Technology. And while we hold your banner high, rock, rock, we shout your praises to the sky, rock, rock. For proud are we of mighty Redfield, loyal